Welcome back, guys. Welcome to the next module. We're going to be talking about creating a product listing. So here we've got your Seller Central dashboard open. Okay, I'm sure you've been looking at this one up top here, getting started for a while. So let's go ahead and click Add a Product. Now we're going to keep using the example that I've used previously in the course, the compression sports sleeve, arm sleeve. There's a couple different ways you can list a product. You can name the product name or broad keyword and it'll pop up a bunch of them. You can use the UPC, EAN, ASIN, etc. This is if you want to latch on to a product or if you're doing retail arbitrage. We're doing private label products, so you're going to have a unique ASIN as well as unique UPC. So let's go ahead and type compression arm sleeve. It's going to show a bunch of them, and then it should say a button. It should have a button that says create a new product, which is what you're going to want to click. If you were doing retail arbitrage, or if you were going to go ahead and leech on to another product, a broad product, maybe like, let's say, like a Samsung TV or something like that, or a Yankee Candle, anything like that, then you would go ahead and find it here. Once you find it here and you click Sell Yours, you're basically taking, so the same picture, all the description, everything on there is going to transfer over. You're just going to have a different listing, and it's really quick to do. But like I said, this is for retail arbitrage mainly, or if you're going to try to leech onto somebody's listing, which I don't recommend doing. If there's any limitations, or if it's gated, or they're in the brand registry and you have to get acceptance to sell under that brand, it will show you listing limitations. If you click on it, it'll show you what the limitations are. He's in the brand registry and you have to have approval to sell this brand. All right, so let's go ahead and click create a new product listing. Now it will show the categories. If you don't know where to put your product under, what category your product falls under, hopefully you do. If you don't, what I like to do is go over to Amazon and scroll down and look at the top 3 listings, okay, and see what categories they're in. So you can see this is a yoga mat. They're in sports and outdoors, which is a parent category, okay. Then you will see this little bracket, sports and fitness, which is what's called a subcategory, and then exercise and fitness, which is a subcategory of sports and fitness, then yoga, which is a subcategory under exercise and fitness, then mats, which is a subcategory of the results of this. So we're listing the compression sleeve. So that is under sports compression apparel, sports compression pants. Compression's huge. But we're dealing with the sleeves for this example. So go ahead and click sleeves. You can see sporting goods, parent category, sports apparel, subcategory, and then sports compression sleeves, the final subcategory. So go ahead and click that, click select, and it's going to take you into the section where you actually start creating your product. So this is where the magic happens. This is what we call behind the scenes stuff. So you'll see right off the bat, you'll see this button up here. It says Advanced View. If you click that, it'll show you some more options. Let me go over here where you'll have a better, it'll show you more stuff. Oh, maybe not. There we go. So you'll see when the Advanced View is not clicked, it will show you what is necessary, what you have to fill in. Once you click Advanced View, all this extra stuff are options and metrics and different things about the listing that you can include that is not necessary or not mandatory. But it definitely helps to for your listing to be specific and to be to stick out. The more information on your listing that you have, the more comfortable a prospect will feel purchasing your product. All right, so let's go ahead and take that off for now. So vital info, okay, you'll see the little red asterisk. This stuff is necessary. This stuff is mandatory, okay? So vital info, you want to start with a product name, okay? So this is what's going to show up on Amazon. Okay, this is what's going to be your listing. Now you can see they have a lot of important stuff here. All right. First thing, what do you see? That is their brand. Okay. The reason why that's up front is because they're creating brand awareness, number one, to promote residual business. And number two, they're letting hijackers know, hey, I am a real brand. You're not authorized to sell my brand. It corresponds with the brand name or the seller name. Okay. Large yoga mats. I guarantee you this is a keyword. This is one of their main keywords. And you see it's predominant in the beginning of the title. So you want to get your best money keyword, which in the following module we'll be talking about PPC, and there will be keyword research section where we go over how to find money keywords and keywords that are going to gain you a lot of impressions and convert well. So don't worry, you can always come back to this. But this is a keyword right here. You're going to see dimensions. I'm assuming that this is a popular dimension or a favorable dimension. Thick, high density, anti-tear. So I guarantee you a lot of competitors are thin. So that's why they're trying to emphasize on thick, high density, anti-tear. These are keywords. Workout mat. This is a keyword. All types of fitness. So really quick, this is a prime example of an A++ listing, and we'll go over that later. But sticking to the title, right off the bat, boom, brand. Right off the bat, boom, keyword. Boom, dimensions, which are probably favorable. Thick. You want to differentiate yourself. A good way, especially in saturated, this is one of the most competitive niches on here is yoga mats, okay? So don't even try to do this. I'm just using this as an example. But you want to differentiate. Right off the bat, you want to tell the consumers, hey, I'm a real brand. B, this is what you're looking for, hence having the keywords up top. C, you want to differentiate yourself from the competition. So I guarantee a lot of them are thin. There's a lot of bad reviews. So putting thick in here. High density, maybe a lot of them are low density. Then this, I love this, workout mat for all types of fitness. So you're broad. You're not really zoning in specifically. I preach to the choir a lot about being gender neutral, being age neutral, and trying to kill a product where you can differentiate and sell it to different areas of the market, different age groups, different genders. Different beliefs, etc. You know, just to name a few. So right here, by having all types of fitness training, you know, this can be MMA, this can be yoga, this can be Zen, spiritual healing, aerobics, weight training. You know, this just right here just leaves the door open for more than just being yoga only. So this is an awesome example here. Exercise mats lays flat, does not bunch up. So here goes another example. Mat lays flat and does not bunch up. So I'm guessing after this seller reading a lot of reviews and reading market feedback, a lot of them are bunching up and not laying flat, maybe having ripples in them. So this is in here for a reason. And you want to utilize this space up here, guys. This is very valuable. You do not want to just put random words up here. You don't want to put anything up here that's not going to be advantageous. You want to have your name brand. You want to have your keywords, your main keywords. You want to have a differentiator or something that is going to differentiate your product from others. Maybe something that's going to emphasize on pros versus the cons. Okay, those are three main things you want to do. Used with or without shoes. All right. So with that being said, let's go over here. I'm going to make up a brand. Active Fit is our brand, okay? I'm making all this up because I'm trying to do it live with you guys, okay? Then let's say we do our keyword research. When we were looking around, we were seeing, let's see, sports, compression, arm, sleeve. Now, a keyword can be a word like compression, or it can be something that's called a long tail. A long tail keyword is going to be a couple of words together that is still actively searched. So, when we went to Alibaba, when I was looking around on Amazon, this seems to be a long tail keyword that probably converts well. Sports compression arm sleeve. Another one is just arm sleeve. But these are all keywords. Compression sleeve, sports sleeve. And when we get into the PPC module and start talking about broad and phrases and how even though sports is at the beginning of the long tail and sleeve is at the end, using phrase targeting in PPC, which is pay per click, if you had this as a phrase and someone typed in sports sleeve or compression sport sleeve, since these words are in the same long tail, you're going to get an impression, which means a search engine result for that keyword or that term. So we'll get into that. We'll get into that next. But ActiveFit brand, sport compression arm sleeve, main keyword, and then let's put a differentiator. Let's go, does not slide off arm like most. Okay, now I'm totally making this up. I'm not in this niche. I don't sell this niche. But let's just say a main complaint after me reviewing prospects and other sellers in this niche's cons underneath, going down here. Let me show you here. So go ahead and go down to their reviews. Okay, so right here is a good example. This guy got 3 stars. It says heavy. So maybe a differentiator or a pro keyword that you would want to use to differentiate from the con is lightweight. Okay, excellent quality but heavy. So see, a lot of people are complaining that this is heavy and obviously they want it to be light. You can get ideas going to different products in the niche that you're getting ready to list and find pros and cons and make sure that you differentiate up here in the product, okay? ActiveFit sports compression arm sleeve, does not slide off arm like most. Let's put lightweight and durable, and then let's throw another keyword in there. Let's go with athletic arm sleeve. All right, so you guys get a good example. And definitely, I really suggest looking at a bunch of these different competitors, see what they're doing, really study this and see how you can improve on this. Like if you look over here, look at this. So we've got, look at the amount of words that this person has and the amount of words that this person has. Who do you think is getting more results? It's a perfect example. All right. Let's go back over here. Brand name, ActiveFit. Size. Let's just go large. Color. Let's go red, black, blue, green. These are going to be different variables. Color map. Please see the valid values. That's not a necessity. Department. Please select the value from. So let's say we're targeting men's for this one. So let's put men's here. It gives you the option to put unisex. You can put adult, you can put teens, girls, you can see right here. I recommend going for the broad. I mean, even if you're going for a product that is geared towards the demographic, solely towards women, I would still, go for the unisex. People have this mentality that, okay, if it's geared for women and I put women, I'm going to get a lot more impressions, it's going to work out better. But what happens is, what about the woman who's buying underneath the account that's registered to their husband? Now you're getting inaccurate impressions. So really think about that, and this can be biased. I mean, you want to target the demographic that you're going after, but you have to think about it. How many girls out there, how many daughters, wives, etc. are going to be purchasing under their brothers or their husbands or their dad's account? Keep an eye for that too. All right, let's put unisex. Nice and diverse, nice and broad. Product ID. So this is going to be one of the 3 that they have there. I usually use UPC codes. In the resources section of the course, in the syllabus, I'm going to have the place where I get my UPCs from very inexpensively. You have to purchase them. They are unique to you. So once you obtain that, okay, you want to go ahead and type it in here and then click UPC. Variations, okay. This is going to be if you have different variations, different sizes, different color, etc. So if you're bundling or doing packs or adding variations, like you can see over here, this is what the variation is going to look like, the color variation. You can do size variations. You can do, depending on your product, there's going to be different variations. So you'll see if you click on the black, purple, okay. This is nuts. It looks like they're charging more for a purple than a red. So we're gonna leave this off and just say that we're just selling one at a time. If you had different ones, you could click color, and then you will add the variations in here, the different prices, all right, the quantities, etc. Okay, so moving on to offer. Variations, you do not need to include variations. It's not required. What you would use variations for, or if you have different colors, or maybe different sizes, or different bundles. Let's move on to offer, something that is required to continue. Okay, so you can add that in later. But the standard price, we do need the price. Quantity, this is going to be the quantity you have in stock. So let's say we went ahead with that minimum order quantity after mapping out, seeing how many sell a day, how many sell a month, and what we have on budget, which we talked about. Shipping template, you don't need that. Condition, new images. All right, 8 images plus the main image is what they allow you to have. Now, I'm going to be very specific here. I recommend using all of them. Get different angles, have different dimensions, have different benefits, different product uses. Put pros on there. Maybe it's an updated model in reference to a majority of the other listings. Put in that image, have it edited, say that it's upgraded model A, and then talk about why it is. Maybe do a comparison, this model versus this model, why ours is better. Have a chart, a dimension chart, anything that you can do, because a picture says 1,000 words, and the pictures are definitely huge. Maybe not so much in the algorithm for ranking, but psychologically for a consumer to make a buyer's choice. So let me give you a quick example as to what good pictures on a good listing looks like. Okay, this is a example of a bad listing. Okay, you might think, yeah, well, the pictures, it's a professional picture, they had it done professionally. This picture looks good. Okay, this picture looks good. To be completely honest, I don't know why they would have this be the main picture that shows in the results. I would use this one. It differentiates. It shows that you offer different colors. It's a bigger picture. Amazon will tell you that they recommend that you use 70 to 80% of the space that they give you. So of this space right here, when you're choosing a file, you don't want to have a bunch of free space like they have. You have all this. See where the box is? You have all this unused space right here. You have all this unused space right here. That's a bad example. Also, out of the 9 spaces, the 8 plus the main image, you have 2. Okay, it's just horrible. Let's go over to a good example. Now that's an awesome. This is a perfect example. This is a main image. So you notice how much of the box? Look at this. See where the little blue box is? That's the amount of space that you have. At least 80 to 90% is being used. See where the mat's at? Okay. They have dimensions in here, which they're doing this for a reason. I'm assuming that a majority of the mat dimensions are not as large as this, or this is a favorable dimension for this niche. It has a model on here using it. Okay. It's nice white background. You want to have a clear, a nice white, transparent background. Can you use a light box? If you don't have the money to send it to a photographer to professionally shoot it and edit it, which in the resources section in the course, I'm going to have a photographer and editor that I use that is reasonable. But if you can't afford that and you have to use a light box, you can. Do I recommend it? No. Even if you build a nice white box, you're going to be able to tell the difference from a transparent or a background that is missing versus a white box. You know, it's a lot different. Amazon's a lot different than eBay. And that first impression, you know, 98% of a purchase psychologically is already, the consumer already knows in their head by looking at the picture and the price, you know, in the first minute that they're going to buy that listing. And so it's a huge thing as your picture. Look at this. So they've got in the second picture, they have their company name, their logo. So right there, this is going to help deter hijackers. This is going to help with brand recognition as well as have the consumer feel more comfortable that you're a legitimate brand. It looks like, let's see, is this a slogan? One mat, any workout. All right. So they're letting you know right there. They're broadening it. They're diversifying themselves, letting you know you can use this mat for more than one thing, not just yoga. You can use it for, you know, weightlifting, P90X. It says home workouts, kickboxing, workout DVDs, abs exercise. So this is awesome. So this is broadening their horizon and letting you know that you can use this for more than one application. Okay. Another picture of some models. All right, another model. You know, this is fantastic. Okay, this is what it looks like in their packaging. You can see the private labeling. They're showing you that it rolls up. It has straps. So in your pictures, any features that your item has, make sure you highlight that. Anything that's going to differentiate your product, make sure you highlight that. You know, are you going to be able to hire models to do a photo shoot? You might not be able to, but that doesn't mean that you can't do some editing at home or have a VA on Fiverr doing it. You know, you can get one of these shots done and edited, you know, for under $20, which I'm going to show you in the resources section later. And the last one here, this is freaking awesome here. This is what I'm talking about when I mention product highlights. If you have an upgraded version, anything like that, you know, have a tab off. So eco-friendly, no odor, you know, extra thick, extra long, extra wide. So obviously, you know, going back to that weight, going back to that size, that's a factor in this niche. Non-slip texture, you know, real high-res picture. So this is an example of what your listing wants to look like. Excuse me, what your pictures want to look like. This is an example of what they don't. All right. So let's go back over here. I didn't spend the money or the time to get these dummy pictures edited or anything. So I'm just going to show you. I'm just going to fill these ones in that I stole just for, you know, just for the heck of it here. All right. So you want to go ahead and list all these here. List all the different ones that you have. So you see we have a nice main image. We have a dimensions. We have one with a logo. Once again, I just took these for illustration purposes and demonstration purposes only. These aren't my pictures. This isn't my product. Key product features. An alphanumeric string, 500 characters, maximum length per bullet point. Okay? So you're getting 500 characters, maximum length per bullet point. So the key product features, which is, I feel, a lot more important than the product description. It's going to be another area where you can put some, you can fill and make sure it's keyword rich. You know, get some meta description in there, some keywords that's going to help you get more impressions. Organically, it's going to help you rank for these keywords, as well as you want to hit that differentiation. Again, you want to show that you're different than the other products. You want to highlight any differences. You want to highlight any improvements, any updates, upgrades. You want to highlight on pros. So going back to the weight factor, if everybody's complaining that the competitors are heavy, make sure one of your bullet points are lightweight. So let me go ahead and show you. Example of horrible bullet points. One sentence. Okay, they're not starting with an action word. Go ahead and Google action words, emotional attached words. This is really important in marketing. So love, like, have, want, necessary. Words like that makes the consumer have an emotional attachment and say, okay, oh man, it must have to have, or something you will love, and oh man, this is going to be fantastic. So use all those words. Google that. I'm sure you can get some free literature on how to use those and what they are. Maybe print out the list and keep it in your notes. Okay. Now, this is the one that I'm using for a good example. So you can see this last listing. Look at this. First bullet point. The first one they're going to read, one sentence. Look at this. Several sentences. You'll see the very beginning, they're using an important sentence or something that's going to diversify or something that's going to highlight a pro, and so on and so forth. So here, it's just a sentence, okay? Just a sentence. Here, one size fits all. Then they talk about why that one size fits all and so on and so forth. You see they got keywords in here, okay? It's keyword rich, extra thick and dense memory foam, eco-friendly, no odor, premium two-sided surface, lifetime warranty. People love warranties. People love that you stand behind their product. They feel like if you're willing to offer a warranty, or you're willing to stand behind your product, you believe in your product, they feel more comfortable. I don't see anything about a warranty. I don't see anything about odorless. Nothing like that. You know, when you put these, see, it's in they're all caps too. I mean, this guy is really smart. Whoever's doing this is really smart. The entry start of the bullet points are very, very important words or differentiators, like we were talking about. They're all capital, and then you have the dash with the space. So right away, your eye is drawn right to the focus point. Boom, extra thick and dense memory foam. So this is a really good example, guys. Study this and replicate this. Okay, this is how all my listings look. Very similar. All right. So really quick, I'm not going to write out paragraphs like this, and I didn't formulate any because I wanted to show you guys examples. I feel like you could pause it and look over that and replicate it. Put lightweight, does not slip like the rest. Stay cool and dry. All right. So like I said, you want to highlight on different points here. Let's say a lot of them are heavy. Boom, lightweight. Let's say a lot of them are getting bad reviews about slipping off your arm. Boom, does not slip. Why do you use the product that you're selling? What's the beneficial aspect of using it? What's beneficial about it? So, you know, let's say you're using it to stay cool and dry. You want to tell them that. You want to remind them that. You know, let's say another one is a sunburn. You know, don't use greasy sunscreen. Avoid sunburn while staying cool. All right, so you guys get the example. Like I said, go back over here. You guys can pause the screen, study these. You know, it took me a nice amount of time to find these to compare, but this will show you exactly what to do. All right. Product description. So they give you 2,000 characters. Look at this. Look at this. All right. Compare apples to apples. What looks better? What looks more attractive? You guys looking at this right now, which one do you want to read? Which one's easier to read? Which one's more legible? Okay? Don't stuff 2-3 paragraphs together like this. Have them nice and spaced. You know, You can use some HTML, you can use some code. In the resources, I'm going to talk about somebody who I have actually write my Amazon listings. I've done so many of them now. I pay this VA to write my listings. I give them some key aspects that I want in there, and then it's really quick for me to go in there and add extra stuff that I want or replace or edit. But you can do this in Pages or another platform and add HTML, so you can add check marks or smiley faces or stars, which will definitely help stick out, help it be more legible. So this is against TOS. You don't want to be advertising your website or your email address. I found this right away because it was bolded. You definitely don't want to do anything that's going to jeopardize losing your listing, especially after you use so much work. You put so much work into it to get it set up. So let's put lightweight. I'm just going to put something in here so it allows me to move forward. Lightweight, durable. Compression. Sleeves. Okay. Don't replicate what I'm doing. I'm just filling this out so we can keep moving. Keywords. Like I said, we're going to talk about keywords in depth in the PPC section. So let's just go ahead and set search terms. This is going to help you rank for keywords in the algorithm and in Amazon's ecosystem, which will help you pop up for different keywords. So if you type in yoga mat, or you type in athlete mat, or kickboxing mat, or foldable yoga mat, or any of these different long tails, it helps your listing to become predominant and show in the organic search results. So it's very important that you have your search terms, your keywords that you want to organically be placed for in this section. And we will be going over that in the keyword research in PPC. Also, making sure that in the description and in those bullet points, you have keywords. Making sure that you have them in your title. You want them to be dispersed without your listing. This is going to help you rank. There's nothing that says that if your keyword, oh crap, they only give me, so many keywords. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They only give me 5 boxes, and I've got 20 keywords I'm going after. Oh crap, what do I do? This is just for your main money keywords. So when you do your keyword research, the keywords that have the highest amount of impressions, the highest amount of search volume, that's what you want to have here. Then you want to make sure that they are in your title. They're in your search term keyword section. They're in your bullet points for your product description. They're in your product description. That's 4 different spaces that you can place these keywords to help make yourself visible for the organic placement. All right, none of these are needed. Okay. But like I said before, if you guys want to take your time and go through all this stuff, I would fill out as much information as I can to help the user have as much information and make sure that that you have enough specifics. A lot of this stuff might not apply to your product, but just go ahead and take your time and fill them all out. If they have any warnings, choking hazard, if it's really small or contains a marble or small parts or anything like that, you definitely want to have that on there. Any warnings, anything like that, save and finish. All right, boom. So the updates have been submitted, but if you click on inventory, you'll see your listing. All right, it'll be buy box, your price. It'll show your fee preview. Once you're accepted and generated, it'll show your fee preview, all that good stuff. Your shipping, which is to FBA, so it takes a couple, sometimes it takes a couple minutes, sometimes it takes a day for them to approve your pictures. Your listing doesn't take that long, your picture takes a little bit longer. If you need to edit your listing, just click edit. It'll pop up that same box where we were at when we were editing it. So we will see you guys in the next section, reviews, how to get them, how to make sure they're positive, what to do if they're bad, all that good stuff.